Hey guys, welcome to the channel ICSC Concepts. This is me Ekta Keswani taking the chapter periodic table. So we're going to start with the part 3 of the video session and we will discuss about these 3 properties, how it affects the periodic table. So without any further delay, let's get started. So now we will discuss about ionization energy. Now what is ionization energy? The energy required to remove an electron from a neutral gaseous isolated atom to a positively charged ion, that energy required is called ionization energy. Now, if I say this is an element, it is in the form of gaseous. It means that the intermolecular force between them is minimum. Now I am saying the energy required, this is ionization energy, in order to form a positively charged gaseous ion is called ionization energy. So this means ये अगर उधर जाएगा तो इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ वो माइनस हो जाएगा तो इलेक्ट्रॉन हटा है, right? So what does that mean? The energy required to remove an electron from a neutral gaseous isolated atom in order to form positively charged ion is called ionization energy. Now what happens when this energy we discuss when we go down the group or across the period? So सबसे पहले तो we have already discussed that every periodic property depends upon 2 factors, that is the number of shells and the next is what? Nuclear charge. Now number of shells, if I am going down the group, what happens is taking lithium, sodium, potassium from the first group. So 2, 1, 2, 8, 1, 2, 8, 8, 1. So are the number of shells increasing? Yes. If the number of shells are increasing, the nucleus won't be able to bind the outermost orbit towards itself with that firm and that strong force. So thereby, it is easy to remove the electron when we go down the group. Of course, number of shells increasing, the atomic size increases and thereby it is easy to remove an electron. So that implies what? Ionization energy कम लगेगी. Lesser ionization will be required if we go down the group to remove an electron. Right, so down the group, ionization energy decreases. Why? Because the number of shells increases. Now when I talk about across the period, now across the period, the shell size decreases as we have already discussed because of the nuclear charge present in the nucleus of an atom that firmly holds the outermost orbit. Now what happens is, if the number of shells are constant, but the nuclear charge is increasing, comparatively increasing, so there will be more energy required to remove an electron when we move across the period. So thereby it conveys that ionization energy increases as we go across a period and down the group it decreases because it is easy to remove an electron. So the 2 reasons for it, for the down, when we go down the group, this implies what? Number of shells are increasing, and when we go across a period, the nuclear charge is increasing. So this is what about ionization energy. Now we will discuss about electron affinity. Now, as in I told you in ionization energy that the energy required to remove an electron. Similarly, the energy is required to gain an electron. Now, if I say that chlorine gains an electron, what does that form? A negatively charged ion. So that is what electron affinity is. The energy released to convert a neutral isolated gaseous ion to a negatively charged ion. The energy released is called electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy. So we mentioned it over here. Suppose the electron affinity is 394 kilojoule per mole. Please mention it down that the unit for electron affinity as well as ionization energy is what? Kilojoule per mole. So if it is 394 kilojoule per mole, the electron affinity is always taken as negative. Why is this negative sign? Because the energy is not gained but released. Right? So now what is the trend when we go down the group or across the period? Now when we go down the group, the atomic size increases, that is the number of shells increases, and thereby the nuclear charge decreases. तो जब नीचे हम बढ़ रहे हैं तो क्या इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन करेगा? वो नहीं, because it is having that very less number of electron in its outermost orbit and a less nuclear charge that will easily remove the electron. So the electron affinity when we go down the group decreases. Clear? Now when we go across the period, the nuclear charge increases, so the shells are held firmly. So thereby the electron won't be able to release itself from the outermost orbit. So energy as well as that electron is given to it. The electron is given to it, that is the electron is gained. So when we move across the period, the electron affinity increases. Now there are two exceptions, sulfur, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine. Now you will say this belongs from group 17, this is from group 16. So now you will say that if I am going across the period, you will say that the oxygen is having more electron affinity than sulfur, or fluorine is having more electron affinity than chlorine. No, it is not the case. Why? Sulfur possesses more electron affinity and chlorine with respect to oxygen and fluorine. Why? Because oxygen and fluorine, they are so small because they are held so firmly by the nucleus of an atom. So thereby यहाँ पे इनकी electron affinity as compared to sulfur और fluorine की affinity as compared to chlorine is less. So these two are the exceptions. Now we move on to the third property, that is electronegativity. Now we will study about electronegativity. Now what is electronegativity? The tendency of an atom to attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself is called electronegativity. If I am talking, like suppose this is Na and this is an electron present and this is Cl, it's just the outermost orbit electrons I'm drawing, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So you tell me, अगर मेरा 50 किलो है and the other person standing is having 70 kgs, will that person push me or will I push that person? Definitely that person is going to push me. So this is what? This is stronger. This chlorine will attract Na towards itself with more firmness. So what does that imply? The tendency of an atom to attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself is called electronegativity. Now when I talk about going down the group, we know that the number of electrons, in taking just the group 1, number of electrons remain what? 1. If I am talking about the group 2 also, 2, 2, 2. Now what does that imply? The number of electrons are same. So यहाँ पे जो electronegativity होगी, because of the greater atomic size and greater the number of shells, यहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी कम लगेगी, क्योंकि एक इलेक्ट्रॉन 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को नहीं खींच सकता है, लेकिन 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को खींच सकता है. So this implies what? Down the group the electronegativity decreases. Now when I talk about going across the period, number of electrons increases in the outermost orbit, or the nuclear charge also increases, but now we have to consider the number of electrons. So electrons will have more affinity, will have more power to attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself. So thereby across the period, the electronegativity increases. So that's it for the electronegativity. Now we will discuss about two important factors, that is the atomic number and mass number. Let's just have that quick review of it. Atomic number is denoted by Z and mass number is denoted by A. Atomic number is nothing but number of protons present in the nucleus of atom, which is equal to Np, which is also equal to number of electrons, and atomic and mass number, which is denoted by A, is called what? The number of protons plus number of neutrons. So number of protons plus number of neutrons present in the nucleus of an atom is called atomic mass, and number of protons present in the nucleus of atom is called atomic number. It is also equal to the number of electrons. So if I say Na, it is, the symbol is XZA. So Na will be denoted as 11 as its atomic number and 23 as its mass number. So this is the notation for any element denoting what? The atomic mass and atomic number. So that's it.
These are some comparison of alkali metals and halogens. Important questions related to what we have studied today.
So that's it for the day. Hope you have learned something new. If you have any queries or doubts regarding anything, you can definitely email us, or you can drop the comment down in the comment section. Stay tuned and thank you.